to work on this Enfield. I can't work on it in the trailer, obviously. So today's task is on my own, somehow, to move 3/4 of a ton out of the trailer. I haven't got a clue how I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to break an arm or a leg doing it. It's amazing how long things take. I've been a couple of hours just levelling the engine on the pallet. It's a job working over the trailer, so I want to keep it on the pallet and bring it up so I can work on it. But with the aid of a few bars and some jacks, I've got loads of jacks, but this is a little favourite of mine. It's only a small thing. It's a Lake and Elliot Braintree. I've had it for donkey's years. Purely mechanical, but that's brilliant. And to speed things along, I'll put a coach bolt that fits that end. So with the aid of an old brace, we can manoeuvre it. So I've levelled it up, put some coach bolts in the base. I'm just going to drill and put a few screws in the wood so that they don't slip on the pallet. So we just drill those. One there. One there. Nail there, try there. One round this side if I can. Yep, get in there, can I? The trouble with this trailer in the way. Well, where's all the morning gone? I've been most of the morning levelling this up and securing it to the pallet. I don't want any accidents. I mentioned, where's my little where you gone? Come back. With the aid of levers and my little Elliot, they put the name on it, look. Really like that. I've got a larger one. This is an 8-tonner. This too is made of Elliot, England. There's no iron founders anymore in my area. Shame, really.
It's raining close.
It's raining at the moment, darling. Yeah.
No, I don't rain except for no foundries.
No, I'm talking on camera.
Oh, I see.
That's all right. You can be a star. You can't get the extras nowadays, can you? Right, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. In order to give myself a little bit of wriggle room, I've removed the shaft coupler. But if it ever does go in a boat and I need a shaft and a tube and a prop, I think I know where there is one. Right, now the fun bit. Well, the modus operandi here, I've put 2 half scaffold boards under the pallet sticking out the back of the trailer. And so long as this is not going to be poor old chap loses arm or leg on YouTube, no, don't worry, I'm an aversion to blood, especially my own. I'll take it careful. Now with the wheels chopped, I'll put a jack under the front end, and it's on point of balance almost, and with a strap from the winch attached to the pallet, I hopefully should be able to lower it down to the ground. We'll have a go. Right, so far so good. Well, inch by inch, we're getting there. No blood yet. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to have engine cranes and forklift trucks and all this sort of thing? Anyway, we're getting there. Just need patience. We're half off. Well, there it is on the deck. No bruised fingers, not a drop of claret in sight, so not bad for an old one. Well, just in case you're wondering how these videos come to you, I'm using my little £2 cheapo camera at the moment, and here's the setup showing this engine. As you can see, the camera set up on a tripod and a small TV set to one side, which I use as a monitor. Don't forget, I'm the cameraman, soundman, actor, commentator, director, T-boy, all rolled up into one. So to know that my hands are in shot, that's the arrangement I use. I try to keep this out of shot, of course, but I thought you might be interested in just what's involved in making these little videos. So I enjoy doing them. Anyway, we'll plod on with the engine. One assumes that the previous owner is telling the truth, but well, you can never be entirely sure, can you? As I say, it was bought off eBay. But these engines are run on the governor, and you control the governor. The reason for that is that the engines were used for compressors, they were used for pumps, they were used for generation, you know, as a generator. But this one's a marine engine. Anyway, we have a stop and start position here, and this lever, just mechanical, comes over, and this link arrangement goes to the governors. So we will just check whether the governor is sticky, as the previous owner said that it started up and it frightened him because it ran away. But he may just have been saying this to convince me it's a goer. But it's all complete and it will go. But we'll do a food checks first, and well, that's part of what this video is about. I'm not familiar with this engine. Pardon me. I've no manuals, no information at all, so it's completely blind. Everything's Imperial, of course, as you would expect. And this linkage comes down to this point, which seems free, and I've given everything a quick splosh of WD, and seems okay. Anyway, have a look at the governing arrangement which is here, and I've just undone these four, or started to, and the cover, as I say, I don't know what I'm going to find. You won't find anything horrible on this vintage of engine. It'll all be good engineering practices. You won't find circlips, you won't find self-tapping screws, you won't find any modern manufacturing techniques, but as I've undone these four nuts, it's coming away, and I think there's some sort of, well, something's under tension there, so we'll be very careful. Anyway, let's undo these nuts. That whole stud's come out, but it doesn't matter. Put it there safely. That one's okay. Put it there. Bottom one. Definitely under some sort of pressure. Some sort of... I hope nothing's horrible is going to happen when I let this go. And this one. Oh, that stud's coming out as well. That's quite common. I'm using an open ender here for convenience, but it's a good idea to use a ring where possible. Anyway, just in case anything goes flying, we'll go gingerly. Oh, it's a spring. Oh, we have a spring. Oh, I see. Oh, that's our governor arrangement. Oh, I can see how that works. And that spring... Oh! Oh, that's what this is. This is an adjustment to how hard this spring pushes. That comes off there, I suppose. Yes, it does. Oh. Right, so this is a major adjustment to our... Oh, God, let's put that down there. Well, it looks free. If I zoom in, I wonder if you can see that. That's a weight, and there's one on the opposite end. So as they fly out, it moves this. Ah, yes. I can see how that works. There's no gasket. It all looks in nice condition. Okay, we'll put that back. Wrong way. Okay, well that's... I don't think there's anything wrong here with this governor. It's working the linkage. Don't forget it hasn't been used for a long time. Ah, well. Well, we're going to leave that alone. I'm pretty happy there. At least I know what I'm dealing with. Okay. This is a starting dog. It's electric start as well as hand start. And it gauges that way, so it's clockwise crank. So I've got to make a handle up to fit that. Big old beast to swing over, isn't it? All this, where all the paint's come off, look, it's all brass. Isn't that beautiful? All with captive ends so you can't lose them. That's here, that's the sump pump, because when it's in an engine, and this is in the bilge, you obviously can't get underneath to drain any oil, so to take the oil out of marine engines you bump them out. That filter could do with a good clean up. Anyway, more on that later. Here in the top of the engine, this is our decompression lever. Without that we wouldn't be able to swing it over, of course. And here are that's good. Here are our fill pumps, and then the injectors on the end of the cylinders, of course. And here's our fuel pump, diesel pump. Okay, so I've got a starting handle to make. I've got to make up a tank. Here's the end of the pipe for the diesel. Gonna have a look how this pump is driven on these pumps. I'll take this cover off and we'll have a look. I've removed the nuts and I've had this cover off. Nice clean surfaces. Gaskets are all intact. There is that. And temporarily, if I put a pair of mole grips on the starting and turn it, you should see, gosh, it's hard to turn, but you can see the pump cam going up and down, and the fuel pump's driven by that cam. How's that for beautiful engineering? Did I say there'd be no surprises? So that looks good. Thank goodness we got a massive electric starter, but we got some leads off. I'm not sure what polarity these connections are here, or what this arrangement is. This is a solenoid. Anyway, I'm going to take this off. I assume it's just these 2 bolts. Let's come undone. Oh, that one. Oh. Oh. 4 brushes. I know what that is. It's a dyno start. It's a dyno. It must be engaged permanently or pre-engaged. Right, that's just relay for switching the battery current. We've got 4 brushes. They look in nice condition. So it's a starter motor, and when up and running it becomes a dynamo as well. Oh, that's interesting. Wow, just look at the condition of this commutator, and the size of it goes from there to there. That's incredible. That's a real Brahma. That's an expression you Americans might not know. It means the real thing, the real McCoy. Joseph Brahma was a inventor, 1780s, something like that. One of his inventions was a lock. He painted this lock and offered a prize of 200 guineas for anyone that could pick it. And it took 67 years before someone could. Took them 52 hours and over 16 days, I think. A bloke called Hobbs, an American, I believe. and there was some discrepancy over whether he won it fairly, but anyway, this is about engines, not about locksmithing. But that's the expression. It's a real, is it a fake or is it a real Brahma? Well, this, my friends, is a real Brahma. If you've got pots and pots of money, needs a bit of work, well, alright, it needs lots and lots of work, but funded by the lottery, it can end up looking something similar to this, and it will be done. And massive timbers are cut up, English oak here, big balks cut into planks. This is in another yard, I might add, and here a bandsaw, I can only get a glimpse of it here, a man sits on, and it travels down a track while it cuts the wood, and the next time it's used I'll take my video camera. Anyway, back to still pictures of the Enfield while I waffle. This is an ongoing project for me. Don't expect a quick fix or instant results with this. I will probably have to sell it to justify the amount of money I paid for it at the end, so I'm not in a great hurry to finish it. I'm getting pleasure finding out how it all works, how to tackle the various problems, and at least I can say, well, it's one more I've saved. It's one more that hasn't gone to the scrap heap and been turned into some tinny old car or something by the Chinese. I think it's an interesting project, and I'm getting a great deal of pleasure from doing it. But as I say, I do have a lot of other projects on the go, and I have other living to do, of course. And as the bass are now starting to bite, you know, I'm into fishing as well, and I'd like a lot more of these, please. So be patient, guys. I will keep you up to date as I make progress.